real quick story about planting seeds and harvesting. Because we all know that nothing gets planted and grows within an extremely short period of time. But further, things must be planted in the right time. A personal example is starting this podcast today. Today is Monday, Labor Day, and it was put on my heart to start the podcast today. In the midst of everything going on for me personally and professionally as well, I still wanted to stick to today because it was a day that was put on my heart. Now, when I think in terms of farm life and planting seeds, I would like to think that I've already kind of cultivated land for this podcast. I've already done a lot of digging, a lot of tilling of soil, but now it was a matter of actually getting seeds in the ground, which I consider the first episode to be, right? So dropping seeds in the ground. One of the things about farm life is we do not control when the rains will come. And in this instance, I'm not referring to storms in life or trials and tribulations that bring us down, right? I'm referring to simply rain, which is needed, preferably shortly following the planting of the seeds. And so as much as we might have it in our mind when we have time to actually schedule or propose to fit in the space in our life to go outside, to drop the plants, seeds in the earth and cover them, we can't control when the God-given rain will come, but preferably we would like for our seeds to be planted right before the rain. And so I start this podcast today because I feel the rain coming. And it's one of those things where timing is everything in our life. And to listen to the timing of the way, of the world, of those things that we can't control, we have to adhere to them sometimes. So guys, this is Rhea, and today is my first podcast episode. I'd like to call this podcast Peaceful Warrior, as I think in this life we all are in a form of warriorship, but we don't want to get so tied into and connected to the fighting and the battling all the times, right? We want there to be peace. The point in the war and the battles is that we pick and choose those that after they're complete, we will find peace. It is necessary to be a warrior, is what I've learned. Some of the most peaceful people that can't appreciate forms of disciplined warriorship are just as likely to create wars unknowingly and not purposefully, for sure. But when we're not walking with a particular purpose and acknowledging that our purpose will include levels of conflict simply to improve upon things that already are, that just aren't good enough. We will find conflict as we improve those things. And so I found that it's really important that we accept and acknowledge the way of the warrior, but they were not just fighting for no reason, or fighting because something has been sparked to do so. We want to be peaceful with our warriorship. We want for our purpose to be the actual peace. And so as life goes on and I live my way and everybody lives their way, one of the things that we will all find in common is that we will find our strength in ourselves, and we will need to kind of get back to a center place for balancing, because life is about balance. And so I just hope that on this journey of podcasting, to share some things that I go through, or some things that I have gone through, or things that I have learned or am learning. And as I face those things as a warrior, but a peaceful warrior. And today, while I'm on, I think planting seeds is in alignment with success. We plant our seeds on a regular basis with the intentions, and most people also with the hope that we're somehow getting closer to what we have defined as success. And if we ask different people how they define success, not everybody will have the same answer. Not everybody will have the same response, and that's okay. But just for today, it would be nice if we all considered what success really was for us, and understood that success for me or you might not be success for him or her or they. But I think one of the things that helps us to capture what we claim to be success is simply defining it, so that when we are living in the success, we can acknowledge it and we can honor it, and we don't look it over and go on to the next thing that we've decided to define as success. There has to be a more general way of defining it in our lives, to where we understand that the way we define it allows us to meet different goals, to meet different levels in life, and still decide that both of those levels, both of those things are still successful, because the success is not in the actualness of the thing that we've obtained. It really is in the feeling that we have when we have it. And so when we think about considering defining success in a general way today, it's my hope for you that you will consider success to be a feeling that you have, and not a place or space that you occupy. And I'll give you an example that I've listened to before, and it kind of resonated with me. I hope it'll resonate with you as well. In certain instances of life, when we are considering our purpose in this world, money is a factor. Money is a huge factor. Money is a day-to-day factor. But generally speaking, it won't define success for everyone. When we think about people that have completely impacted the world as a whole, and whether or not money was a factor, it's not always the case. And so we think about people like Mother Teresa. People like Mother Teresa who have given and given to the world and received so much love for the giving, that feeling that she must have had in receiving the feeling that she put out to so many others, that was a general definition for her success. She, by all means, I'm sure, was never one of the richest people in terms of money, but she was one of the richest people in terms of love and good feelings for others. And with having that for others, she received it from others. And so in her book and in many of ours, we would consider Mother Teresa to be a very successful person. She defined her purpose in life. She allowed her purpose in life. She pursued her purpose in life. And she received back the same love that she put out. And so when we generally think about defining success, let us consider those good feelings that we receive from whatever we put out. Surely we understand investing. If we put money into something, we anticipate to get money out. When we put love into something, we anticipate to get love back from it. And both of these ways would be considered success. We're putting something in, we're getting something back, and it makes sense in our lives. And I hope today you'll take a moment to think about how you define success, and maybe consider that you're already living in your success, and that it's okay to go on and pursue another goal, reach another level in life, try something new, and it won't make you any less successful today than what you can be tomorrow for pursuing that goal. And I'll leave things there today, and I look forward to the rain that will come after this podcast recording, whenever it's placed up, whenever it's put out there for the world to listen. And there will be more to follow in all the days prior to the next rains. I wish you a beautiful day.